Present. Carmack.
Present.
Combs. Better. Harrison.
Present.
Spicer.
Present.
Would you please all rise for the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance? Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening and give thanks and ask you to guide us as we do our work. We ask that you give us discernment in the decisions we make for all of our citizens. Let us do our work with respect for all of our community in mind. We pray for all of the families that have been affected by the horrific plane and helicopter crashes in Washington, D.C., and the plane crash in Philadelphia this past week. We pray for the first responders that have worked tirelessly to serve the families in recovering their loved ones. Help them as they try to recover from the loss of life. Be with them, comfort them. Please protect all our first responders, military, police, and EMS as they continue to protect our communities and country. Please keep them safe. We give you thanks for all of our blessings and we pray for our nation. Let us work together for the good of our community, country, and nation, county and nation. We ask all these things humbly in your name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming out this evening. We never know what kind of weather we're going to have this time of year. And it doesn't look like we have any guests to speak this evening. And I'm going to open the floor to the public, and I have John Laws, if you would like to speak, or John Chambers. You one at a time or together, however you want to do it. Just state your name
John Laws. I
and
live
your
at
address.
89 Bettles Court in South Lebanon.
John Chambers, 536 Forest Edge Drive, South Lebanon.
We just wanted to come and say hi again. We're kind of like regular visitors here every month. I wanted to give you a little update on Convention Estates. I was actually up at the Capitol yesterday and we were meeting with our new House member from Warren County and bringing her up to speed on what Convention Estates is doing. I was telling John on the way down that we did have an opportunity to observe a very interesting demonstration that was going outside the Capitol. So that was a new experience. If you've never been to see one of those, it's worth 10 or 15 minutes of your life to go see that and then leave. So anyway, we did yesterday that the House did offer a new bill for Convention Estates. We're the first offering of the year. We had 24 House members supporting that bill, which is more than we've had any other year. And it is HJS 1, I believe. And I haven't gotten the news information out from our Convention Estates rep yet. When I get that, I'll forward a copy down to you so you can see that. Where I got it, and I've just got so many different things, I can't keep track of all of them. But anyway, one other thing that I wanted to let you know we did is John spoke, I watched, we went to the city of Carlisle last week, I believe it was, had a great meeting with them, and they're in the process of going through what we'd like to go through with you guys and do the non-binding agreement and get that out. Great group of people up there. You spoke. Why don't you give your impression?
Yeah, so we appreciate your time here today. And this is something we really believe in. We hope and think many of you would believe in it as well. Our country is broken on both sides of the aisle. And the big thing and why we're talking to city councils are in polls, about 70% of our population supports Convention of States. So that's everyone in Warren County on average. And so by you doing a non-binding resolution, it sends a message. Yeah, we hear you and we're representing our constituents. And we want to send a message to Columbus and say, we need to pass this for Ohio. And again, the big thing that we care about the amendments are balanced budget, term limits, and less control in Washington, more local control. So, and that directly supports the work you do. And if there's more ability for you to do that, more money pushed down to the state and the city, we can control our own destiny better. We can open it up for any questions. We wanted to just be brief. But what we would like to do is if any of you or all of you would like to meet us for coffee and talk in more detail and answer all your questions, we would like to do that. But ultimately, we think it would be a success if you would pass a non-binding resolution when the time is right. And the other thing is we speak to you as citizens. And so if you feel compelled like I do, you can go up to conventionofstates.com and you can sign the petition yourselves. And here in Warren County, we meet once a month at Villaggio's in South Lebanon, or in Lebanon, excuse me. And you could interact and see some of what your constituents are saying as they come to those meetings. So thank you. And any questions?
Council have any questions or comments?
You say you meet once a month. What day is that?
We
What
meet
time?
on Saturdays at 9 a.m. It's typically the second Saturday, but it does bounce around just a little bit. And of course, we would welcome you to that. If you sign the petition, you will be invited. That's part of the things. Okay. Great, thank you. We really appreciate all that you do for us in South Lebanon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Last thing, I would be remiss in not saying I like the artwork.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak from the floor? Hearing none, I will now close the floor. And we will move on to new business. Ordinance 2025-3, first reading, adopting floodplain regulations and repealing ordinance 2010-15. Is there any questions or discussion that anybody wants to have now?
I can go a little, I got a few maps here just to show you how this is involved here. So it's been about 5 years ago that at FEMA started to look at the floodplain maps and came out with draft maps, changing the elevations, floodplain elevations. And now they finally got to the point where these new ones will go into effect on April 23rd.
April 23rd.
Yeah, so let me see if I can get this. I can share the screen here. Lets me do it. Sharing. There we go. So this is the existing floodplain map. This is just the one downtown. This is the one that most people will be affected by. So the blue area is the 100-year floodplain. The striped area is called the floodway, not the most restrictive areas. And then the yellow is the 500-year floodplain. Currently, the 100-year floodplain goes, this is Mary Ellen. You can see it goes all the way up to McKinley, cuts across, and it comes right around in front of our building. Actually, it takes the building in and then comes back around on Pike Street. And then around Dry Run here, you can see. So this is the current map. So the proposed map, there's actually two I scanned. Let's see this map. Yeah, this is not a very good version, but you can see the yellow goes all the way down to the north side of King Avenue now, which is the 500-year floodplain. That eliminates all this area that was previously in the 100-year floodplain. McKinley and Mary Ellen primarily. It does increase some of the floodway areas, especially here's Rogers Park. The old map kind of cut off at Hobart. Now it goes all the way up. This is McKinley. All the way over to Dry Run is the floodway now.
Is
Yeah, so I'll have these maps available if anybody wants to come in, or I can send them to you.
This is when it's going to.
This is the new one, yes, yeah. Yeah, and these will be effective in April.
Push that over to King Avenue. There it is.
Yeah.
So I'm right here, Sharon's right there, Mary Ann's over there. So when we look at this, I live right there in that one spot. Sharon, looks like you're coming out of the floodplain, I'm coming out, Mary Ann's coming out.
Hmm.
Roland, is any of your property coming out?
Just small.
Yeah.
Yay.
A lot of South Lebanon is gonna benefit for this.
Yeah, this is one of those things that there's a direct benefit to the residents. Nothing that, it's out of our control. It's all FEMA that develops these maps. We're required to adopt them. But it will help the folks' insurance, flood insurance rates for those. So this is the east side. There's two maps. The other one is, let's see, it's the same one. West, here we go. Yeah, and this is, oops, wrong one. There we go. So it does, this changes the county's well fields to floodway. It doesn't really matter, but this gets added as a floodway, still the floodplain.
And their water will also gonna be in the plain, in the way,
Floodway, yeah.
in the floodway.
Which
Yeah.
it was, wasn't it?
They were always in the floodplain.
They were in the plain.
There's nothing,
Nothing
Nothing.
really gonna hurt them.
no, it's really for those folks who have mortgages, I believe.
Me.
Yeah, anyone that doesn't have a mortgage, it never did affect.
Yeah.
You didn't have that.
So the changes to the actual ordinance, ODNR is requiring the new ordinance to go along with these new maps. The changes in the ordinance are minimal. Like I'll highlight those at the next meeting or prior to the next meeting.
And as Jerry has told me, it helps a lot of people, but it also hurts some people too.
Yeah.
So, especially if they're in the floodway.
I do have a question though for Andrew. And you can bring us back at the next meeting. I don't think it is relevant, but I'm gonna ask it because Sharon, myself, and Marianne, I know benefit from this. There's no monetary benefit for us, but it still benefits us because we're coming out of the flood zone. So that could affect the vote.
So yeah, what you're voting on really is not the
Just
maps.
ordinance in it.
Yeah, you have nothing to do with the maps. It's the ordinance itself.
Right.
Yeah, the federal government controls the maps, that it's mandatory for us to adopt them. So I don't perceive there to be any conflict of interest that would prohibit a vote.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions? If not, this is so entered into the record as the first reading. Moving on to emergency ordinance 2025-4, amending ordinance 2021-46, fixing the residential tap-in fees for the South Lebanon water system. Is there any discussion or questions?
So, yeah, Jerry, when we say we're adjusting this, I read it, but it didn't sync. So what are we amending? What portion of it?
So this is for the section on Zor Road that's, we buy water from Warren County. So as our agreement with Warren County had when it was enacted, the county's tap fees were $4,000. And then when we set the rates for those residents, so new houses, we set it at $5,600. So that helped our capital replacement fund as well as the full amount for the county. So the county actually increased theirs last year and inadvertently forgot to notify us. And so now the rate went up from 4,000 to 5,000. We'll keep the 6,000 or 1,600, I'm sorry, as it was before for our portion.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I need a motion and a second to waive the 2 reading rule.
I'll make a motion to waive the rule.
Make a second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Better,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. Now, a motion to, at a second, to adopt by title only.
Linda Allen, I'll make a motion to accept by title only.
Sharon Carmack, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Better,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. Moving on to Emergency Resolution 2025-3, approve information exchange and agreement with the Warren County Sheriff's Office relative to the use of LEADS, or LEADS. It's an acronym. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, a motion and a second to waive the two reading rule.
Linda Allen, I'll make a motion to waive the rules.
Lisa Fetter, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Better,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. Now, a motion and a second to adopt by title only.
Sharon Carmack, I make a motion to adopt by title only.
Lisa Fetter, I second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Better,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. A motion to approve the invoices. Is there any discussion or questions? Hearing none, I will need a motion and a second to approve.
Linda Allen, I make a motion to approve.
Sharon Carmack, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Better,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Moving on, a motion to approve the December financial statements. A motion and a second is needed. Is there any discussion or questions before? Hearing none.
Linda Allen, I'll make a motion to approve.
Sharon Carmack, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Better,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. We need to appoint Warren County Regional Planning Commission representative and an alternate. I normally did this when I was a council member. So we need two council members to step up and represent us at the Regional Planning and Zoning, or Regional Planning Commission. Do I have any nominees?
Linda, can I ask to table this to the next meeting till we can kind of think about? I mean, I done it many, many years and you done it many years and Brenda was always the alternate, but, I'm not sure a lot of them knows what that involves. Can we just kind of talk
Well,
about it?
Yeah, you can,
You
you
got-
can
okay.
discuss it, yeah.
So let's do that. So what it is, it's only once a quarter, we go to the Warren County, right there in the council room, and, they give you, they send you all the information, just like we get here. And, you go through it. You can, Sharon and them, who's the chairman now? I know his name is not coming to me. Anyway, the chairman, you can email him and ask questions. You
It's
can ask
not Kurt
questions in the
anymore.
meeting, but then you'll be called on to vote. You're not a executive board member, but you're a member of the voting board. So there's two different meetings. They have the executive board meeting, and then they have your meeting. And you will get all the information. So if anybody wants to volunteer, it is very, you did it for a while, didn't you, Roland?
I was all, so I went to maybe one or two of them.
Okay. Did you want to go back and do that again?
That's good.
Okay. Lisa, do you think you'd like to be involved?
It's once a quarter.
It's once a
and
quarter.
it's in the evening.
Yeah, it's always in the evening. Usually it's 6.
A weekday or?
Yes.
It is through the week. Never a weekend.
I will try.
Okay. Is anybody interested in being an alternate? Mary Ann, you was an alternate once, wasn't you?
And an alternate. I guess I could be an alternate.
Okay. Then I'm going to make a motion for Lisa to be the spokesperson and Mary Ann to be the alternate. If you have a problem, guys, I'll step up to the plate, but,
And I will too, if you need any help.
yeah, so
Um,
please let us know, but I do make a motion for that. Do we need a motion or just an appointment?
Motion.
Okay, I make a motion for those two.
Do we have a second?
Sharon Carmack, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Better,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
I'll tell you, having served, not only did I serve as a council member on the regional planning, but I served on their budget and another committee.
Subdivision.
Yes, yes.
Sidewalk.
And it's very interesting and you get a lot of information about what's going on all over Warren County. So you can bring that information back to us and share it with us and what's happening. And if you ever need, if something comes up and neither one of you can go, I'll be happy to fill in like Linda would. But I think you'll learn a lot about all of Warren County.
And it is an open meeting,
Yes.
so if you feel that you want someone to go with you the first time,
Yeah.
let us know. We know how that is. So thank you. Thank you for stepping up.
Being a wonk that I am, I can't say this for all of you, but I enjoyed it.
I did. I enjoyed learning about everything that was going on in our county.
Okay, I did.
It wasn't fun, but it was very, very interesting.
And I was also on the budget committee and that's where you learn a lot. Okay, moving on to the approval of minute meetings, and we'll do this in one vote, sorry. I did find a mistake, but when I went back and I couldn't find it again. It was a misspelled word, so I think it was range or something like that. I went back through them 3 times and couldn't find it, so it might have just been me. Okay, so I need a first and a second to approve the minute meetings for regular meeting November 7th, November 21st, and December the 5th. If there are any corrections or additions.
Linda, I'll make a motion to approve.
Lisa Fetter, I second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Better,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer,
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. Moving on to old business, resolution 2025-2. This is the second reading approval of a pre-annexation agreement with Rose H. Thornton Trust for 47.107, excuse me, I'm running out of acres of land in Hamilton Township located along Zor Road. Is there any discussion or questions?
Just a quick clarification on something. Part of this pre-annexation agreement, along with the odor pre-annexation agreement we had, was contingent on that we would put in the sewer extension. Part of that sewer financing is planned through a loan through the OEPA, and that loan is a federal loan. So I've reached out to the EPA and confirmed that there's no, they're very confident of nothing's going to happen to this loan since it's federally funded. So I think we're good to go on this.
Okay, so we will need a motion and a second to pass by title only.
Linda, and I'll make a motion to pass by title only. And I will say that this did go through the annexation committee.
Just real quick, we are gonna get our traffic study on this, right? I know I say this every
It's
time, but
required.
It's required.
Mandatory.
Yeah, actually, I received an email from the traffic study guy that they're getting the information collected for this.
I
Yeah.
just don't want in 2 years it to come back and. all of a
Invite
sudden-
us.
I just don't want in 2 years this to come back and all of a sudden we need, streetlights or, whatever. I just don't want us to pay, a turn lane or a roundabout. I just don't want the city to have to pay for it when the builder's just gonna build their houses and skate.
We won't let that happen.
Great.
Thank you.
Then I will second.
Under those conditions.
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Carmack,
Nay.
Better,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Oh,
Oh, she's got her button on.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. Ordinance 2025-1, second reading, amending ordinance number 2008-12 regarding transient vendor regulations. Is there any discussion or questions? Hearing none, a motion and a second, it is needed to approve by title only.
Linda, and I make a motion.
Mary Ann Harrison, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Better,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Linda,
Moving on.
can I say something about that, though? I don't know if everyone understands the extent of that, but the one thing that I appreciate, and I want to thank you guys for bringing this up, because how many times have you seen vendors coming around that didn't go through the city, didn't get permits to come through, and just go start knocking on doors? So this is what we needed to get more regulations and kind of get it more in order like it's supposed to be. So I really appreciate you guys bringing this to the table.
Thank you, Linda. Moving on to communications and reports from city officials and committees. I just want to say, as mayor, we've had a lot of work going on. And when it comes to council members speaking, if you are a chair on a committee, could you please speak about your committee work as well? So if you've had a recent meeting, so we can get that in the minutes. That's about all I have for this evening. And we will move on to our Director of Finance.
Now we'll look flat and sit around. No, you
Now I got a microphone. I feel like I should start,
can go to the karaoke.
exactly.
I just wanted to remind you guys though, because I'm not up there sitting up there to remind you, please hit your buttons when you're speaking. We can all hear you. The recorder hears you, but if you've ever watched it back on YouTube, it doesn't pick up anything unless you speak into that microphone. So just keep that in mind, and I hopefully don't have to be the one reminding you. So I was able to now close the year in for 2024. So I'm going to be looking to set a finance committee meeting ASAP so that we can get the permanent appropriations passed for the year. It's been January is always very busy anyhow. Your W-2s should have all went out. Everybody should have received those in the mail. If you did not, please let me know. But with all the W-2s out, 1099s, the year end closed, I think we're ready to proceed to do the appropriations, permanent appropriations for 2025. I'm looking at potentially February 17th or 18th, Lisa, if you want to, look at the calendars. That gives me next week to kind of pull everything together and then have everything ready on that Monday or Tuesday. My plan is then to do a presentation for a first reading on the 20th, and then it would go for the final presentation on whatever that first meeting is in March. And because they are appropriations, they go in effect right away. They don't have to go 30 days delayed. So we are able to have those two readings and still comply with getting it passed before the March 31st deadline. I think, I had a new individual start this week, our finance specialist. She started with us on Monday, so my office is back to being whole. I have now 2 individuals in tax, and I have us 2 individuals in finance. And also then, I'm sure somebody's going to speak about your new clerk of council, who is also started this Monday. So we've all had a pretty busy week with getting people acclimated, but it's nice to have new faces and more staff available so we can get things done for you guys. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Tina. Jerry, our administrator, our city administrator.
All right. Yeah, I'd like to welcome Jennifer O'Brien. She's our new executive assistant / clerk of council. She's been learning a lot this first week. So you got your packet. That was all due to her. So we're probably doing things different. She's got her own background in the legal field, so this really helps out in what she's doing. So and she's doing a great job already. So we have one of our maintenance guys has submitted his resignation. So we're going to be working on scheduling a civil service test for the Public Works Department. So if anybody knows anybody interested in the position, we'll be doing the testing, which is good for the whole year, but specifically for the maintenance worker position. Let's see. We also met, Harry and Linda and I met with the owner of the canoe rental in Loveland, the Persanis. So we're working with them on to possibly lease part of our land on Rogers Park and use that as a staging area for their canoe rental. So we're still at the early stages, but they want to get started operate between Memorial Day and Labor Day. So we'll gather more information on that. Let's see. So we have the Morrow Road OPWC project from Mariella to Mary Lane. We're putting that out to bid soon. And the plan is for that to close after Memorial Day. So the road can be totally reconstructed. So we'll start getting information out on that to the public. Also, we're working on a closure with the River Creek Law folks in front of their place to do crossovers for the utilities. This is probably, we're still working on the schedule, but probably maybe a 2-week closure, but we'll get more information out as it becomes available. And then we're also working on the year's street program. Harry and I will be working on picking out some going through our street program and getting it out to bid. So, I think that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That's quite a bit. I have to tell you, I'm really excited about this canoe and paddle. I'm really excited about that. There will be starting development of recreational development along our river. So I'm really looking forward to that. Our Public Works Director, Harry.
Thanks, Mayor, Council. You have a copy of my report. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Otherwise, it's all in the report.
Any questions or comments?
I do. You know, I see this Blue Max and we know that Blue Max is like old. They don't even use it anymore. How much of that do you think we have left here? You know, Jerry,
Left to use or
To-
left to
to-
replace?
to replace?
Well, basically, when we go in and do repair, it's only sections at a time. So it might be one single family home, it may be a long section of it, but most time it's just a single break at a time that we're repairing. So depending on the depth, it may take a couple hours, or it may take a half a day. But if it's in the roadway, obviously it takes a little bit longer, because now we're excavating out the asphalt and fill material and so on.
Is there a life expectancy on that stuff? I know, the reason why I know, because some friends of mine have it and it's,
I think there's some federal programs to replace it. I haven't been involved in them. I've just read about them. But it is one of those products that they no longer produce. We've got old rolls of it that we use for our repairs. And as we get breaks and they're closer to like the mains or the water meters, we actually replace that whole section then. So if, let's say the Blue Max runs parallel with the roadway, when that tees off and there's a break there, we would then replace that whole section. That way, at least from that tee going to the property into the water meter, they have new product there. You're welcome. Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
appreciate your report.
Andrew,
Nothing for me this evening.
Sergeant Adams.
I just want to bring up a report that we had this week. We had some subjects out stealing packages from people's porches. Always keep an eye on that, the public. What was great about this was they had cameras, so they were able to see it happen pretty much immediately. We were called within the hour. Between the information we got from not only the victims' houses and their cameras and some other neighbors and our flock cameras, we were able to develop and identify the suspect's vehicle. Within 24 hours, we had a pretty good idea of who the suspect was. And since then, with the help of detectives, we have identified, spoke to, and will be filing charges on someone. So great teamwork with the citizens helping us out and providing us the information we needed to be able to take it further and make an identification and file charges. So just like everything else, when it comes around here, those cameras were perfect, great help. I'm not necessarily saying any certain brand, but things like that do make a difference. The flock cameras have made a huge difference in our investigations. We've solved so many different crimes on that. It's truly been a blessing to have those and the tools that we have and need to solve these crimes. So I want to say thank you for the council and everyone and the mayor and everyone that helped get those started here a few years back, and that we've continued with them because it has made a difference.
Well,
Really?
one of them happened in my own neighborhood and they had
did.
posted it to the Facebook page. And I said to them, have you reported this to dispatch? And they said, no, but I'm getting ready to. And I said, well, if you've got all these great pictures, you
Yes.
turn that over to them. And I said, we have this great thing called flock cameras.
Yeah.
And you've got pictures of this vehicle and everything else. And I'm thrilled to hear that we got this person.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's
it
been
is.
happening all over with this particular individual, whoever it is.
Yeah, side story, this person has been identified in some other crimes out of county and bordering counties where they've done this. So it kind of broke open the investigation with everything. From what we found, we started contacting other agencies and letting them know, and it kind of worked out.
And
So
what
it's-
was so interesting, my neighbor didn't know that you didn't even need a license plate number. Just
we have all
having,
sorts of ways that we can identify
just
things without a
having
plate, so,
the color, the make and the vehicle, they narrowed down the field and
Mhm.
they were thrilled.
Yeah, the best thing we have is not only just the eyewitnesses, but whatever people have, whether it's from their cameras, what they see, what a neighbor sees, it really does help. And when we go through the Facebook, like I've said over and over, it's not 911. You need to call us to report it. However, it is great to get information out there where the other neighbors, the other people living in the area can be on the lookout and review their cameras. Then they can get a hold of us and we get those, and it helps piece everything together. So it truly is teamwork at times to be able to solve these crimes. So
And
I
what's
appreciate the
really
community, too.
interesting, these individuals actually follow UPS, FedEx, whoever's delivering these packages, and will go after they leave and come right up on your porch and take it.
Yes, yeah. I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, I know I'd spoke about, we had one where they were getting people's information, ordering things from phones, tablets, and having it delivered to houses. We were fortunate enough to get some information on that and get the right people in place where we caught the person going up. So on that, for that example, that person would not have ordered it or been even expecting a package. They just picked a random house to have it delivered to. And we were able to solve that. And we had flock in place in, which was a big, huge help there. So again, I want to say thank you to not only the
Thank you.
citizens and the public for giving us the information, but council and the mayor and the city giving us the tools to be able to solve these crimes. So thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Spicer.
I just wanted to thank the people of South Lebanon for the last few days. I've received tons of messages and things on Facebook and comments over the seal and the flag. It seemed to be overwhelmingly positively taken by people. But one thing I wanted to clarify for everyone is that the seal, Sharon and Mary Ann had as much or more to do with that than I did. I wanted them to get some credit on it. That's all for me.
Thank you, Spicer Member Council. Spicer Member Federer.
Spicer.
Spicer Member Federer. Council Members Federer. Well, that sounds like, that
Good.
sounds kind of interesting, doesn't it?
The only thing I have tonight is on the event committee, we have met twice since the beginning of the year. We do, working on the 4th of July, working on movie and the park night again. It's gonna be either the first or second night in August, hopefully first Saturday in August. We do have a new event this year coming up. The National Night Out in coalition with the police. So I'm excited for that one. August 5th, first Tuesday of August. And that'll be really good to bring the kids to. So we'll get more out on that. And of course, the horse parade, second Saturday in December as always, and the Memorial Day parade in wreath laying. So we've been busy and we have a few more things to get nailed down, but we have events in the works.
Thank you. Council Member Carmack.
I have nothing to report.
Thank you. Council Member Harrison.
I'm just ditto to what she said because we, met on the event committee twice, and I'm looking forward to the National Night Out. I think too that they're going to have canines. I think that's going to be a big, huge hit. I think that if you have any little ones or neighbors, to encourage them to come. And I want to thank, all of our first responders and all your workers out there in this cold and this nasty weather. Tell them thank you from all council. That's it.
Councilmember Allen.
Oh, so I want to thank all the committees that's met and Lisa and Mary Ann for stepping up for the Warren County Commissioners meeting. It really is exciting. You really will enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to what you bring back. But also I want to say too, on the National Night Out, Bob Napier, our fire chief, stepped up and said he wanted to join us as well and do something. So I'm really looking forward to that. And welcome aboard. It's so nice to meet you. And then we found out we have a mutual friend. So, it's great to see all these people and we fill these positions. Tina, congratulations on getting yours and the tax office and Harry and everybody on board. It looks like we're finally coming together. It's taken us a year, but everything takes time to get the right people in the right place. So I want to thank everyone for their participation and thank you.
Thank you. Just one other thing that I'd like to say is, welcome aboard to Jennifer and Tanya, who's not here, who's our financial specialist. And of course, Harry's been here for a while. Since February, since October? November 1st. Oh, let me write that down. That was November 1st. Okay.
He's going there.
Okay, got that. And I'm gonna ask if is there anything else, for the good of the order, if anybody else has
Want
any?
to talk about,
Think about Brenda, well,
Oh,
she's all set.
do you want me to do that? Okay. Brenda is, we have to keep Brenda in our prayers. She has a very serious health issue. And I don't know how long she's going to be out. But I don't want to put all of this information out publicly, but I want you all to keep her in your prayers. And I will keep you all posted. And I think we should do something for her once she gets through this. And it is a very, very serious situation. So having said that, I just want you all to remember her. So if we have nothing else for the good of the order, I'm going to call for an adjournment.
I make a motion.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion,